Adlai here, and I welcome you to my very first episode of my soft mount tutorial. And this episode is going to be just going over the supplies that you'll need. I won't actually be doing anything. And there will be a list of all of the materials in the description down there, and I'll have links to the things that I can find links to make it easy to find stuff. And I'm not really the best yet. I'm kind of still, I'm really still amateur at this. But this is more for like newbies who want to try it out or just want to see the process of making a soft mount and how I do my armatures, because I've gotten a lot of compliments on my armatures. So, in this tutorial, I will be doing a fully poseable soft mount coyote. And obviously the first thing you'll need is a pelt. Preferably a mountable pelt. And the way you know it's mountable is obviously it has all of its parts, the feet, here's the other foot, and the lower jaw. And you want to find a pelt that has the lip split, or at least there, and you can split it, and the eyes split, and the ears turned. See if you can. The ears are kind of hard, but if you can move the skin off the ear like that, that means it's turned. And you can tell the eyes are split if there's this extra flappy skin on there and it's not smooth on the bottom. And you can tell if it has the lip, if you're going to try and split the lip yourself, is if you look on the inside and there's this darker part and it's not just fully white like this. But if it doesn't have that, you're kind of out of luck. That just makes it look a lot nicer. You can try and mount a non-mountable pelt, but it'll be a lot harder and not look as nice. But for practice, you can. So yeah, this is my extra pale coyote. She's really pretty. I'm happy with her. And onto the other supplies. You'll need a head form, preferably a taxidermy one, but if you can get your hands on the right kind of foam, you can carve out one yourself. Or I've sculpted ones out of clay, but they're just a lot heavier. Of course, the one I did out of clay, I wanted his head to be heavy. This head, I just cut off a shoulder mount form, and I'm going to use the bottom half of the shoulder mount to carve out a sheep head for another pelt that I have that I'm going to mount. And next you'll need eyes. You want taxidermy eyes, because they look a lot better, and if you don't use taxidermy eyes, then it kind of ends up looking like a toy rather than an animal. So I always want to use taxidermy eyes. These ones are the ones with the white silica or whatever it's called. I don't remember what it's called, but these are coyote eyes. I think they're rather nice. You can't really see the detail in them, but they're pretty highly detailed. I wanted to get really nice eyes for this coyote because she's so beautiful. And you'll also need earliners. These aren't the only earliners I've worked with, but I'm not as impressed with them as I was the other ones that I got, but they work. They're pretty good. And I got the eyes, the ears, and the head form from Van Dyke's, which I don't really recommend because I got them all from the same place to save on shipping. Turns out they sent everything from different warehouses, so I didn't save on shipping. I'm kind of peeved at that. But we're not talking about it. And you'll also need clay. Preferably you'll want critter clay, because that's for taxidermy, but it's kind of expensive and I'm just a broke artist, so this is Crayola air dry clay. It's not the best, but it works, especially for a practice mount. And you'll also need glue. This is Power Grab all-purpose glue. I actually got it for a skull fox mount, but actually didn't work out very well for that. Of course, that was mainly the pelt's problem. But I use it for my taxidermy, and it's worked really good for all of the mounts that I've used it on. So, and I got this from Amazon, I think? Yeah, I got it from Amazon. I'll have a link in the description. It's pretty cheap stuff. And you'll also need wire for making the body. This is really the only wire I could find. Normally I like to work with a thicker wire, but I could not find any of it. This is, what gauge is this? This is 16 gauge, 200 feet galvanized wire. I got it for like $6 at my local hardware store. So it's pretty good. I'm gonna have to double or triple it up in order for it to be thick enough and durable enough to hold up a coyote. But I'll experiment with that. This is the largest pelt that I'll have ever made a fully poseable armature for. So we'll see how it works out. And you'll also need pins for both the mounting the head, and it makes it easier for doing the body, so you can pin it and make sure it looks good. Yeah, these I got for like $1. They're quilting pins, so they're extra long. I really like these, much better than the normal pins that I get, because working with fur, both taxidermy and faux fur, long pins are really nice sometimes, especially for faux. And you'll need measuring tape. Yes, very nice. Scissors, both for fabric and for paper. These used to be fabric scissors, but they're really old, so I just use them for paper now. Thread and needles. Well, you just need one needle. Oh, and there's an X-Acto knife in there. And you'll also need felt. Fleece. Do not use felt. It does not move as good as fleece. And fleece is really cheap. This is just black fleece. I'm not sure if I want to do black or white fleece on her. Whatever I have more of. I just haven't gotten to my shed to see what. This is just what I had. And you'll also need Polyfil, which is in my shed. I just buy it in bulk, so I didn't want to bring the whole huge box in. And you'll also need a large sheet of paper. This is what I have. I honestly don't know what it is. It's kind of like butcher paper, but thinner. It's just some paper my mom found at her work, and she's like, here, have it. It's like, okay. So, but if you don't have access to paper that big, you can just tape a bunch of smaller papers together. All you need is a paper as big as your pelt is, because you're going to be using the paper to draw out your plans for the body. You don't need it for the head, just the body. And I think that's it. Oh, the clay is also for the toes, so you can shape them out and weight them down a little, which is, yeah. I have my own technique for that, and I do the toes very last. But yeah, I hope you look forward to seeing this little girl done. She's gonna be really pretty. I originally bought her to make her as a pre-made, but I've kind of fallen in love with her, so I just may end up keeping her. we'll see if I decide to sell her or not by the time she's done. So yeah, this is the first episode of my soft mount tutorial. I don't know how many episodes there's gonna be, but at least like 5 maybe. But yeah, that's pretty good. And on the next tutorial, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll do the head. Or maybe I'll just get the head form ready and show you guys how to do that. And yeah, that's it. This is the first time I'm doing a video tutorial. I've done written out tutorials on like DeviantArt before, but this is a new thing for me, and I'm not really used to being in front of the camera. I want to get better at it, but we'll see. I'm still new at everything. Well, I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye-bye!